Okay, so this is the package for this week. The reason I'm doing the overview is because that way everybody can kind of know what to expect. We're talking about integer exponents. Exponents, remember, have a base, the exponent, solve for powers. And we're covering a standard here that says rewrite expressions involving radicals and rational exponents using the properties of exponents. This week we're not doing the radical part of it, we're doing the rational part of it. Next week I'm hoping we get to the radical part of it. In your package you will see this week's assignments and stations. So we do have a few extra stations this week, but because they're shorter than normal, okay? So we have 2 presentation stations here and here, 1 learning station, which is up at the board, 2 independent workstations, and a word problem station. Now, if you notice down here, daily, and Friday, I put a little chart there, a graphic representation for you to realize what day should you be on what type of stations. That can help you know, am I on track this week or not? Okay, so every day you should be doing your journal and you should be participating, okay? But if you see here Monday kind of spans through these 3 stations. You want to be somewhere in this range on Monday. Presentation station 1, learning station, or independent workstation. Now, Tuesday you want to be anywhere between independent workstation, the 2nd presentation station, or even starting on the other set of work. By the time Wednesday comes along, if you notice Wednesday starts about here, you should probably be done with the stuff up here and headed more towards the middle of the list. And then Thursday, Friday, you should be wrapping up stuff towards the bottom. This is a good guide if you come in Wednesday and say, well, if this is anything in the Wednesday block, am I in this? Am I ahead of it? Am I behind or am I ahead? That can help you gauge how quickly you're working. It is possible to finish the whole thing all week, and there is no homework, okay? There's a total possible of 40 points this week. So here's what it consists of. As always, your journal. When you do your journal, just check it off that you did it for that day. Move on. Presentation station I'll be doing here at the board. And the reason why your package is so thick this week is because to make presentation station to go faster, I put the presentation in there. That's why. So you can follow along with me with some fill in the blanks. That way you don't have to write as much and it goes quicker for you, okay? After that, I put on there what you could do, the most likely things to move on to when you finish that station. Learning station, workstation 1, or word problems. It's your choice. The reason we do the stations because on any given day you may or may not feel like doing a particular thing. Pick the things that you want to do for that day, knowing that they all do have to get done. Learning station, if you notice, is blank for page 1 and blank for page 2. If you look over to the learning station, the first column says learning station page 1. Those are the notes you'll put onto the page 1 area where it's blank. And then when it says learning station page 2, that's the 2nd column. You're going to write those notes into there. That's the entire learning station. When you finish those, you'll just check that off. Now, independent workstation. You'll notice that after the presentation that is in here, there are some worksheets. The one that says Reading Strategies Worksheet, it's attached. That's the only worksheet for independent workstation 1. You should be able to complete that after doing learning station and presentation number 1. This is not a very hard thing to do. It's just kind of following along the things that we learn. All right? There will be a 2nd presentation station. The reason I broke it up into 2, it was a little long, so I said, well, instead of doing it all at once, I'll break it into 2 different parts where it makes sense to break, okay? Now, after the 2nd one, 2nd presentation, there is another workstation. This is actually a textbook assignment, and we haven't had a textbook assignment in some time. There's 27 questions. I put an answer sheet attached for you. So what you'll do is when you get the textbook, when you do get to that, maybe it'll be Wednesday or Thursday, you're going to do all your work on extra, other paper, let's say, but you're going to put your answers on this paper, 1 through 27. It makes it faster for me to go ahead and correct it, just seeing the answers. You must, however, attach your work stapled to the back of the package, all right? So I can go back and see the work that you did do in order to get those answers, all right? There are some questions at the bottom. Answer them honestly. It's really just for us and our knowledge. Things like, did you answer all the questions you could answer? You may have 7 on there you never answered. And you say, yeah, I answered all the ones I could. That lets me know you didn't know how to answer the other ones, okay? Did you get help from another student? Be honest if you got help from somebody. I'm not trying to penalize you. Did you get help from the teacher or para? Was this assignment hard for you, and what could have made it better or easier? Looks like there's a little typo there, sorry. Okay? Once you get through those, there's also a word problem station, only 7 questions. And that's here, and you will be seeing Miss Nagel for that when you get to that page anytime during the week, okay? And so that's the overview of what's going on this week with integer exponents, chapter 6, the beginning of chapter 6, section 6.1, okay?